You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. In no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than a dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack, and welcome to Lunch with Laz and Jack.
And how's everybody doing out there? It is January 28th, 2016, release day. Release 26 here in Shroud and the Avatar.
Yeah, it's so far I've actually gone out and I've done some leveling. We were unable to claim our normal lots in Owlshead, so I have no idea where we're going to do the show from now on. We did both place a keep plot, so that's going to be good for us. So Laz, where do you think we're going to do the show from?
Well, we have several options, and of course, this is not Final Wipe. We have a place down the road. Got the keep lot here behind us.
Yeah. Well, that, and also I have a house behind us as well.
We've got a couple places out in Erie, and I believe Erie is where I'm probably going to get the set located. Right now we're down by the docks, but my home is out there, of course. But we have two options,
yeah, I
of
know
course.
that your house is out there, so that's one where we do actually have the opportunity. I also have the key plot in Erie as well.
Very nice. So we have a couple options. Of course, we can continue to just stand here on the street corner, like a couple of guys we know called Jay and Silent Bob, and just hang out and do the show.
Never heard of those guys.
I don't know who I don't know who you're talking about, right? Nice.
Because I've never watched anything where we can have a huge discussion about Star Wars inside of a convenience store.
Star Wars,
never
porn,
seen masturbation. Yeah. Yep.
human nature in general, all that fun stuff. But meanwhile, let's. It's release day. Everybody's out running around like crazy. We love to see that. Here we are in Owl's Head, as per our MO. But let's take a quick run down the street, and I'll show you what we got down here. Actually, I got a whole bunch of stuff on me. I should probably just go drop off real quick.
So I should go into walk mode just for you?
Yeah, let me just go drop off a lot of weight here real quick. We'll drop off a little weight. We'll talk about what's going on. So what have you noticed so far? Let's do that while I'm dropping this off. You were out doing a little fighting and checking out combat. What have you noticed so far?
Well, combat does seem to be a lot faster as far as the amount of... they increased the amount of damage. They've increased a few other things. So I didn't have as much of a delay as I have in previous releases where it's like, hey, people are going to sit there and complain about combat taking forever. So there is a little bit difference in combat speed. A little bit. I still spend a little bit too much time looking at my deck, especially when you change to the random deck versus the static deck. Static deck is easy mode, but at the same time it doesn't allow you to do the spell weaving. I went ahead and I'm still not a fan of free attack.
Yeah, I haven't been a fan of that myself personally. Let's see if that's enough so I can move a little better. There we go. All right, so we're going to run down the road here. And we have a spot down here.
See, I don't know where we're going to, so...
Down over the bridge. On the main road, on the way up. I was able to secure us a spot on the main drag, as it may be. Right down here. So we can set up shop right here if we wish. Let's see. I believe I brought a couple chairs with me.
So Selena gave you permission.
Oh, is this her lot?
Yeah, this is Selena's.
Let me see where I'm located.
Was it? So it's your lot? How about the one right next door?
Yeah, that's the one. I knew I was right here.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I need to turn back to the open mic just so that way you can hear me laugh at that.
Oh, hush.
Yeah, when you don't need to click buttons in order to laugh at somebody, it's a little bit more entertaining. So,
I don't know. Let's try this out. Ooh, we got
Okay.
the sun at our back. Makes for some interesting graphics.
yeah, one of the things I mean, since they tried to re-implement HDR, if you notice, this is something that's going to be fixed probably in this very next patch, whenever it comes out. The colors on my screen are really washed out right now, and it looks like things are billboarding really badly. So,
I got
But
really,
this is-
really bright orange-like background, almost like a rust color.
yeah, same here. But that's generally one of those ones that it's like right after release they'll issue a patch and they'll be like, "Ooh, let's turn these things down and let's fix that really quickly." So,
I'm sure we're going to see several patches throughout the week here. Right now,
yeah.
they're sitting down, they're watching the data, they're seeing what the initial complaints coming in so far. And I'll tell you what, compared to last release, I took a look, listening to folks as we're doing things, and no complaints this time, really.
Hold on for a second. Have you ever seen that cape that Kalen was wearing with
Was
the heart on the back
he
of it?
wearing the new Valentine's cape, Swearing?
Yes, he was already. I hadn't even checked the add-on store today to actually look at that.
Yes,
so,
they are available in the store already.
Okay.
It's a package. They're not available individually yet. They are available in the package.
I'm fine by that. I mean,
Well,
you know me.
I
tend
I
to
thought it was kind
buy
of weird.
in-
You know, what
Yeah.
if I don't want the Cupid thing? You know, what if I don't want the Cupid wings? I just want one of the heart cloaks. I can't buy it that way.
You know, you want the package.
Of course, I'm going to buy the package. You know better than that. I mean, that's you save money when you buy the bundle.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm surprised they did not put it in, and it's probably coming. Probably just an oversight getting everything else
Uh-oh.
out here. What?
I have some bad news. That Justin says that she is on the couch dying a slow, horrible death. So I think everybody, if you see Justin anywhere in game,
She's dying a
you do need to
slow,
tell her
horrible
to
death.
Get well.
So she is
Yeah.
not at work today. She is out
she's
sick,
taking
apparently.
The day off, and yeah. So let's look at all the things that are new on the add-on store. Actually, I shouldn't do it on that account. I think I may have made a mistake by logging in.
Yes, I hate when people are getting sick this time of the year. You know.
I can use this account because I logged into the wrong account.
Oh, what are you doing?
I was going to show the add-on store because this is a brand new
Ah, okay.
Valentine bundle package. So you can get the heart cake, the Valentine card 5-pack, the Cupid ensemble with Cupid wings, bloomers, and a Cupid bow, the Cupid heart cloak, as well as the Valentine's hearts cloak. So I kind of like that. I think it's really funny what they did with the Cupid ensemble with the with the bloomers. And the fact that he's wearing a diaper, it's pretty funny.
What, the Cupid with the, yeah, you know.
Wearing diapers that they're calling bloomers. Yeah. That's
I
going
blew
to be on the
that.
add-on store until March 1st. But guys, don't forget that there is a bunch of things that are expiring on February 1st. So in 3 days. So make sure that you get the seasonal winter stuff if you want any of those things before they end up on shroudmarketplace.com for way too much money.
Yeah, right. Is always get the rares, the stuff that you think you're
Yeah.
gonna want. Get it now, especially if you're a collector. Oh, excuse me. Now, wow, that's
I'm only
awful
a
bright.
part-time collector, so yes.
No, well, I've got to have some goodies. I like shiny trinkets. I gotta admit. Okay, now this is a nice little spot. We've had several people come by and wave.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be good for your vendor again
Is,
because people still run by it daily.
People
Unlike
will,
mine, which is on the other side.
Well, let's go take out the other location I have here. We have a lot more room there, of course. And that's, of course, back up just down the road from where we have been
Well,
located for the last several
The
releases.
funny thing about that, come this way, and we're going to go through that side entrance because that way we can run by my house.
Oh, shameless self-promotion. Gotta love it. This way?
Yes, very up here. Through
Where did
the-
you go?
Well, I'm over here.
I don't know
Take a
where
left.
over here is.
Take a
Party
left.
party me, will you?
That's no fun. Helps if I type it in correctly.
Yeah,
I
that would help.
did /party instead of /invite.
Okay, so where the heck did you go? There he
I just
is.
went
You're
through
up
the
there.
gate. Yeah. I passed by the guards.
You gotta go up out the side gate, right?
Yeah, side gate.
Well, that's where I was going.
Yeah, I don't know why you're going so slowly though.
Because you said go this way. I'll slap you. Yeah, I'm curious to know who really got in and got both of those lots back to back.
Yeah, I don't know who EXE is.
Because even though I've had access to all those lots, I did not own them all.
No.
Oh, so yeah, well, you're going to be good because you're right
yeah.
next door to the keep, which is where I'm located.
Yep.
So just take the road right down the street from where you usually find us. And we have the keep here now. Got the big gates in front.
Oh man. Thinking maybe we should change the studio to a keep in Airy.
I don't know, we just may do that. Make you do a little of work. You maintain the set.
Make me dress up the set. I would be calling Justin and saying, "Hey, Justin,
I got some
we
work
need a
for
new
you.
set." Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah. I don't have any money and I don't have anything else. Oh, you brought more chairs.
Of course I did. Come on now.
Although you're not sitting in your chair properly. There, you adjusted yourself. Yeah, so coming to you live from Laz's Keep in Owl's Head.
From the empty keep.
Very, very empty.
Let's just
Okay,
say
so
we're
what
still
other-
coming to you live from Owl's Head right now.
Yeah, so this morning, I don't know if you caught it or not, but Star did actually post the official final wipe and lot selection post.
No, I did not see it. We've been running around. You did mention it earlier while we were chatting, doing all this good stuff.
So I'll go ahead and link that everywhere. It is in the Shroud of the Avatar forums, the Shroud of the Avatar announcement and dev post, and it is called Final Wipe and Lot Selection. So this is something that we've known about for a while, but now we can actually talk about it. Final Wipe is going to be release 32. They will no longer be wiping the game state. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just make it so that way everybody can read things on my computer.
Yeah, I'm just putting it right up on the screen for everybody.
Yeah, so after that, semantically, Star is going with the fact that
this is not release.
Final Wipe is not launch. And this is a matter of semantics. And more than likely, they're doing that because, for one, the plan for the game has always been launch and then still do monthly releases.
Absolutely.
Monthly
we know this.
And so there is no, and this is one of the things where it becomes a semantic argument. There is no final, the game is completely done state. The game is always going to be evolving. So this is one of those ones where, you know what?
Day by day, month by month, this is an ever-growing and evolving world.
The other thing is, as far as the pledge rewards goes, they have, one of the pledge rewards was there's 2 weeks of early access to skills. And wow, my webcam just went blurry. 2 weeks of early access to skills, and this would give them the implementation to say, hey, this is early access, and we're not going to do anything until we are ready. And so that could be what that 2 weeks plan is. But they really do plan on having the foundation for all the major questline stuff in game, but they don't plan on releasing the grand finale until later on.
Correct. Now the laundry list here is so long. I'm not even going to ask to attempt us going through all this point by point, even a single show.
Are you talking about like the pre-wipe schedule?
Exactly. I mean, I'm just showing it up here to show how much information is really in this post here, and it's a lot to comprehend. It's a lot to read, and there's a lot of detail in here. And it lays out the groundwork for what we're headed towards.
There were a bunch of people complaining about the fact that Final Wipe is release, and this is where it really is. Realistically, it is a semantic argument.
Well, for the die-hard gamers, and I tend to look at it for the most part, when you go to a persistent world and you're not wiping and you're not doing this and you're not doing that, it's technically, the start of the game.
It's pretty much live.
Yes. Now they've got valid points, and one of the reasons why we now see early access up on the screen. We're not using alpha. We're not using beta. Is that it doesn't apply to an ever-evolving world. We've been live for now 26 releases.
Over a year.
Yeah. I mean, hardcore live. So it doesn't make sense to say, when is the game going live? We've been live. We are live. The game is here. You can access it. Anybody can get in for, the small purchase of the game for early access. So the game is live. The final wipe, of course, is when the world becomes what it's going to become. Everybody's going to start building those towns. People are going to start building their communities finally, and we're not going to be seeing things like we see here today. You and I have been camping over there by the skill trainer for quite a bit of time, and people are used to seeing us there. And again, we've been lucky. I've been sitting there since before I even owned the place, just for giggles and grins.
Back when it was Net's house, and he had that one chair.
That's right. There's one chair, a radio, and a chest, And again, for giggles and grins, we may just go stand there and do the show because we can.
Yeah. I think that would be funny.
You know, we do the Jay and Silent Bob. We just encroach on somebody else's property and do our show.
Go window shopping.
Yeah. Is like Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. You know, they're going through the different towns. They stop at that one store and they lean up against the glass window trying to get comfortable like they were at home. You know, just didn't work out. But
I need
anyway,
to lean back against my wall.
Moving on.
It's one where we do have a ton of stuff. We have the things that are going to be coming before the final wipe, as well as, since this is also a new release, we also have the release notes that we never did finish, and we haven't gone through all of that. But there is a lot of information. I'm glad that we do have a final wipe, and the world does become persistent at that point.
Absolutely. Been looking forward to this.
I just wanted to mention this one major gripe that a lot of people have, which is not everybody's going to be starting out on a level playing field. I'm sorry to say, but every game that's the case. Because if you buy a game a week before I do, that means that you have a week access to that game before I do.
That's right.
So there is no such thing as a level playing field.
And this holds true for any game that's ever released.
Day there, or every time you log into the game, you're wiping everything. So it's not like a first-person shooter where it is going to be based off twitch reflexes. This is about developing a character, and remember, the avatar is supposed to be you. So
that's correct. You know, you're not playing
and so,
Conan the Barbarian. You're playing yourself.
So this is one where it's like this becomes a correcting myth, and then stating intentions. The weird thing about this game is that it's not a single player game, and it's not an MMO. It's a little bit of both.
It's many things, which is what makes this different from anything else that's ever been done.
And so it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Again, people don't get it, and they'll only get it when it's too late, and those are the people who go, a year from now and find out they've been missing out on all this great stuff.
Yeah, so what did you want to spend more time on this afternoon? Did you want to spend more time on final wipe notes, or did you want to spend more time on release 26 notes?
We've got plenty of time to do final wipe notes.
Okay.
I think we should start, or not start, but continue what we're doing. Highlight some of the new stuff, what's going on here and now, because there's still a lot of stuff that's going to be speculative.
Rick did just post the stand-up corner for today,
and we know what it's going to be.
Actually, I'm sorry. That was yesterday's that he just posted.
Was it yesterday's? I saw one earlier. Yeah, yesterday's.
Today at 3:48. Yeah, that was yesterday's.
But
that was yesterday's.
Is Dragon Wings.
But we already know what it's going to look like for this week, which is going to be bugs, more bugs, and some more bugs. Yeah, so let's see. Let me go ahead and find our release 32 information. Or release 26 information, sorry.
Yeah, we don't have 32 information yet. While we do now know that 32 is going to be the final wipe. Now, there's another question out there that people have been asking, and I don't know what you've heard from the buzz in the street. I'm hearing conflicting stories. Some people are saying, and this has been going on for a while, it's going to be this wipe, which was today, and then we're going straight through for 6 months till we get to release 32.
They haven't released the plan. They have not released the plan for quarter 2.
Correct, and there's not going to be an updated Q1 update. We know that.
Yeah, so until we know what's going to happen in quarter two, we don't know whether or not they plan on doing another wipe.
Now, I have heard that there's another
So-
wipe planned for April. Now, conflicting stories. Going back to early interviews with these guys.
Well, if you base that off of like what they said 4 months ago, and there's only one more wipe and then final wipe, that means that this would have been the last wipe. But for all intents and purposes, it really does behoove them to actually do one more wipe before final wipe.
Well,
and that's just
I would expect
that's
it.
just so that way. Yeah, that's just so that way they can actually make sure that everything is in place exactly as it should be.
You know, now I'm thinking as well, if they can do a run straight through from here to there, this would be the beta test that you would need to say, okay, hey, we've now run for more than 3 months at a time. No problem. We've got a stable economy figured out. Everything's working good. We've tweaked it, and it's ready to run.
Well, they know that the economy is not going to be stabilized anyways until after final wipe.
Correct, but they'll have a good
That-
grasp on how to keep the economy stabilized by then. We
Well-
had a good run at it this last release, and
Even if you this is where we run into an issue as far as like participation in early access and alpha, pre-alpha games, is the fact that we have people that are going to sit there and say, I'm not even going to look at it until the game is released. And then you end up with the issue of, you know what, I'm just logging on to get my hat. And release 26 is also the final hat quest. Make sure that you get your final.
now
bowler
there's
hat.
information for everybody. That is correct. This release is the very final hat quest. There will be no more hats after
Yeah.
this release.
So that's one where it's like, even if they did decide, hey, you know what, we're going to go ahead and leave the game server up for 6 months, it's not going to be as stable as in an economy snapshot until the final wipe. And even 2 months after the final wipe, they'll have better information about the economy than they would have at 6 months of no wipe with an impending final wipe, just because the number of players should increase dramatically.
Well, again, those are outside influences that you can't really bank on until it happens. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we can just look at historically the game participation, even with no wipe every 3 months. How many people did you see going out and testing every single game mechanic every single day?
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I mean, it's like I know I haven't really leveled until since back in what August or of last year.
Look at this.
Something like that.
I'm getting mail having people asking me to place vendors on my lots already. Wonder what happens if I tell them sure, but they find out that we're not in our prime location that we were in.
So do they think that EXE is you now?
Oh, I have no idea. We'll find out. I'll take care of
Yeah.
all that later on. I'm just popping through, checking things as the day is progressing here. Again, it's very early in the day. Wipe just happened 3 hours ago.
Probably, I could have grabbed my Noble Discourse orb just that way I could see what's going on in Noble's chat. In case they do announce a patch is going up right now, and you'll be able to get it in 30 minutes or so.
Let's go ahead and head to the bank then, and we'll go ahead and finish off at the other lot one more time where there is a radio.
Okay, so while we're running to the bank, let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that are in the release 26 notes that we did not get to yesterday.
All right, where we gonna pick up from there?
Hold on, I'm hitting unlocks that way I can look. So we were so there is going to be a new ladderless castle wall kit. I guess that's going to be available in the add-on store.
There's going to be a new kit available, as well.
That's ladderless.
Yes, and they're going to also be giving that set to the Dukes and Lord of the Manor as well. So they will get 2 sets now combined in the initial 1 set.
Let's see. Standard version will be craftable in-game in release 27. Let's see. Then after that, the U tree, which is current, since there is no real U tree. What was I looking for in here?
Your orb, which I don't see.
Is it just the royal orb?
It should have been a noble's orb, right? I'm typing in an orb and I'm not seeing orb at all. Maybe I grabbed it already.
I have.
Oh, that's interesting.
I do have an orb and I did select equip.
Very interesting.
If you even look at my hand, you can see it.
I am not seeing it in my bank.
Okay.
And I do not have it in my inventory.
I'm not seeing it in either.
That's interesting. This Lazarus hat on him.
Well, I've got all my Duke stuff in here. I had an orb in my bank. I grabbed it, and it's in my inventory.
Well, anyway, I guess we're not going to grab our orbs right now.
Yeah, well, I've got my royal orb on me, so... no telling what's going there. So the U tree, whenever they did the Duchy of Darabrea, they wanted a U tree as far as their storyline goes, but that did not end up being placed in game, and so they're going to make a huge tree available in the add-on store for other player-owned towns. You do have the option now of specifying whether or not you want a dynamic or static player-owned town, so that way whenever they get to the part where they're going to start working on static towns, that eventually they'll get to you.
That is correct, and a lot of people forget about that. You can still do a static town.
Yeah. It's just the development you're going to be waiting for a while.
And I'm going to tell you is to go ahead and read that final white post, because you're going to look down at the bottom of that post and you're going to see all the goodies that are going to be coming in for player-owned towns with the dynamic stuff. All sorts of great tools there.
Yeah. I'm skipping down to the crafting section of the Release 26 notes, which is underneath the map.
Let me see if I got those right here handy. That's the stand-up. Already got that. Let me pull it up real quick. Where are the Release 26? Hold on.
So I need to send you a link.
Yeah, it looks that way.
There you go.
I was probably just looking in the wrong place. Hey, I've got mail. Yeah, I was looking in the wrong place. So we're going down to crafting here.
Crafting, which is all the way near the bottom. Well, I shouldn't say near the bottom, but it is underneath the maps.
Under the maps there, I see it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I see it.
So, crafting received a significant overhaul. But the refining and production skills and cooking recipes were delayed. But there is a new crafting system. After several months of preparation, we finally changed over to the new architecture, which removes the last few blocks. We had to greatly expand in crafting. Excuse me. Hiccups. I guess that's what I get for eating right on the show.
That's what you get for eating during the show. That's right.
During the show, while you're looking for the release 26, I was taking a bite
You're
of
sitting
food.
there stuffing your face.
Absolutely. I had to finish my breakfast taco. I mean, it took me 3 hours to eat it. We're going to end up with gear naming has been greatly simplified and now uses the formula of primary material, item name, and gem enhancement. So copper plate of necromancy would be an example.
Yes.
Additional indestructible items now list that property in their tooltips. There's all kinds of material modifiers. So copper is going to increase weapon critical chance. Bronze is going to increase weapon critical chance and damage. Constantine, I thought it was Constantine, but they changed it to
you know how things go. They change.
Increase spell damage. Iron increases weapon damage. Meteoric iron increases weapon damage and damage resistance. White iron increases weapon damage and damage avoidance. Component tips. So if you actually look at it, you end up with white iron plate, chest quarter armor. So damage resistance, damage absorption, bonuses to health, things like that. So a little bit different versus.
You'll notice that the
plate.
health differences are different. You won't see those +3s and +2s now. You see them +2.7, +1.5s. And you're going to see those math stuffs, as Chris puts it, coming into play here.
Yeah. I think what we're also going to end up seeing is the ones that do like bronze, which increases weapon critical chance and damage, which is not going to be as good as, say, copper for critical chance, or iron, which for damage. Since it's a mix of both, it's probably going to be about half of each. So that's one where it's like you really do have to figure out what is, as far as your character's build, what is going to be the best equipment. It's not going to be like it was before, where most people ended up using pretty much the same gear. I think there's going to end up being a lot more variety, especially with gem sockets. Gems are now tied directly to attunement for all magical skills and named accordingly. So Ruby is crafted into a sorcery gem that increases fire attunement when socketed into gear. Which we also expanded sockets to include all weapons, even bows, staves, and wands, shields, and chest armor. Yes. Two-handed weapons will use 2 gems. And they renamed crystal resource nodes and crystal fragments to gem resource nodes and gem fragments. So but the gear recipes, there's going to be augmented cloth leather chain plate, epic cloth leather plate, and the new bucket helm, which is, hold on, let me find an image of the bucket helm. Let's see.
Yeah, I've seen the new bucket helm. It's pretty cool looking. I saw a couple guys running around with them.
hold on, hold on. I will give you the source for the bucket helm real quick. The source for the bucket helm.
Yes.
Yes, that is the source for the bucket helm. So jewelry, rings, smelting, necklaces, smithing can now be crafted and socketed with jewel cut gems that use the new attunement system as mentioned above. So I don't know why rings are smelting versus necklaces which are smithing.
Well, we're gonna
No
have to
idea
play
there.
with all that.
Yeah. Food system. Food takes a while to eat now and will last for hours of real time. So probably like 2 hours. I don't know exactly, but
I thought it said 1 hour in there.
and last a very long time, hours of real time compared to other buffs. Hours of real time, so that's probably 2 hours.
Yeah, there was. I thought somebody said it was an hour, but anyway.
Yeah, but you can also have 2 food buffs active at any time.
Oh, very interesting. So
And food is now non-combat only.
now, are your potions still on the combat bar? I know they checked out potions. They gave potions a pass. Sped them up a little bit for you.
Yeah, they did all of that, but at the same time, I have yet to drink a potion. So, since like release like 17 or something like that.
I've drank potions
Release
on
12
accident.
or 13. It's been a very long time since I've drank a potion in game.
Is
So purchase orders,
Dark
much like putting
Scroll
items
1.
up for sale. So you on your vendor, you can now put purchase orders, and they can be fulfilled. So that should be interesting. Field dressing. Advancement rate was quadrupled for field dressing, so we should see a lot faster improvements with field dressing. They played around with scrap recipes, recipe ingredient numbers. Agriculture is now indoors only unless you have a greenhouse, and then that it actually increases the speed growth rate. You can right click to remove a plant, but that destroys it. And you have to actually manually replant everything, and you have a chance to get a seed after a critical success. So it's going to, I should say agriculture is going to change substantially.
Yes.
You probably won't see the fields of cotton like you did last release.
Oh, I'm sure
So-
somebody's going to try it.
That'll probably be me at some point in time. The Chaos Demon will lay waste to players with his Chaos magic powers. I saw it yesterday. It looked pretty badass.
Have you?
Although
I
didn't see the
haven't
big
seen
version.
it
I
yet.
saw the little version.
Oh, you saw the mini boss version?
Yeah, I saw this midget version of it, and yeah. So AI ranged versus melee logic was changed. So I did notice earlier today when I was out playing around with my guy, so that when I was fighting some wolves, as soon as they got to about like an eighth, a tenth of their health, they actually started running away from me. So that's actually really good. And Dark Squirrel's now on the screen. Yay!
Yeah, where are you? I saw a Dark
yeah,
Scroll
well-
in your chat going, yay, I'm on screen.
Well, he followed my channel. That's why his name's on screen.
Oh, on
and
screen.
Yeah, and I don't. Twitch alerts crashed, so it did not actually notify me.
I got
Or else I would have heard the sound effect that I had a new follower. So thank you, Dark Swirl, for following my channel. So I did notice that wolves would actually run away from me at low level whenever their hit points got low, which is actually a good thing. So I did have to chase down a few dozen wolves to kill them. So AI is being improved, which is always good for the game. The melee logic doesn't always make sense. For some reason, I was still attacking things and not looking at them. Looting versus raising dead. So if you have an undead and you don't loot it, then remember an undead mage or a lich can sit there and summon that back up. But if you loot it, I don't know whether or not this is loot it completely or just take a part of the loot off of it, if it will prevent undead mages from resurrecting them. They are bringing in a new humanoid, which is going to be the barbarians, which is the new variation of the human bandits. It says data only, and so that to me that means that they probably didn't reskin it. What are your thoughts on that, Laz?
It says data only on what is this now?
The barbarians, as well as the tier 4 kobolds and satyrs.
Probably, again, yeah, you're right. Probably a reskin, but again, I've been doing a million other things. You're up over here. I should have known.
Well, I mean, the plan was to go to the lot and just hang out.
Well, the plan was to go to the other lot.
No. It was this lot I thought you were talking about.
Oh. Yeah, look at that crowd down
all the way
there.
back to the keep.
No.
Yeah.
We were going to. I was going to go to the one down the street.
Most people are just looking at the
skill trainer.
At the update. Yeah. So, so that's actually good. The skinning will come later, but right now if the new name variations are good enough for me for now. The animation polish, they did some polish passes on the cow, troll, dragon, and phoenix. NPC turn animations should be a little bit better. So their feet will not slide, so we shouldn't see the slipping, sliding.
I was going to say, now, I was wondering if that was actually meant. You ever watch an avatar come running up the road to the skill trainer and stop, and you watch him do like a Scooby slide before he stops? Is that what we're talking about there?
Yes, that is what we're talking about. So they should not slide anymore. So they did do some performance passes on so LOD, which stands for level of detail. Remember that, guys, level of detail. So they did work on homes a little bit. So this is just a first pass, as well as decoration, calling, and levels of detail. They upgraded internally to Unity 5.3.1 P4, which has rendering performance for threading. Rendering performance and threading, which is a little bit better. One of the things that I noticed, and I actually did have this discussion with the devs about my frame rate in game, and the fact that I've actually got a GTX 980, and there are times in certain places where I'm getting 10, 15 frames per second. And there's no way in hell that a GTX 980 is the bottleneck as far as my GPU.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I stopped even monitoring my FPS because it was just disappointing.
Yeah, it makes you cry at times.
And I'm running a Titan. I know that's not a bottleneck.
No, but this is one where right now, this would probably be a limitation of Unity itself, in the fact that it's like, if you think about it, if it's not utilizing multiple cores, and the threading isn't that great, then we have room for improvement. So as soon as Unity improves the number of cores that can be used, as well, so instead of single core to multiple cores, as well as increasing the number of threads that can be used by the game should improve. Like I've said before, the game on my computer uses about 2 gigs of RAM, and I've got 16 gigs in my computer. So why are you running around right now?
Oh, just looking to see who is living over here.
That one's owned by Xavier. I forgot
And
who owns
besides
that
the
one.
fact,
And
we
the
both,
other two are EXE.
both of us last I looked had
The Kinsman Bucklers made
update
it into
screen.
the game. Yeah. A new experimental light manager is now in place in the suite of performance fallbacks routines, so lighting should be a little bit different. And that's probably why we're seeing all kinds of like visual problems right now. It's probably the lighting manager. As soon as they tweak that a little bit more, we'll see a little bit different. So seasonal content, or Kinsman Buckler, it will be glowing if you own one. Covering Bertha will come release 28. Let's see. Seasonal content. We have fireworks, Cupid ensemble, Valentine cards, heart cloaks, scene
Yeah, I
lighting
want to play
in
with some
bloom.
fireworks.
Scene lighting in bloom. Adjustments to lighting for foliage. It had the unintended side effect of washing out the characters and building interiors. This is now properly balanced so that exterior interior characters should be much better lit. Also, Bloom is back. A series of engine and shader issues had forced us to keep this full screen effect turned off until now. Please note that turning Bloom will take some time, so it will only be noticeable in a few scenes and on a few objects. So it's not Blooms that's the issues right now, it's probably the new light manager. Zone timers no longer reset on zone transition or scene transition. They weren't doing that beforehand. Pledge rewards. The choose one of many. I
Haven't played with it yet.
You can do that right now because I can give you something that will do it for you. So the choose one of many, which is one of the pledge rewards. So since I do have lots of things, the choose one of many would be my artisan tool. I get to choose what I want.
Very nice, Gump.
And so you've got a completely new Gump. You've got a little bit, and so based off the number of whatever I have, like an artisan fishing rod now. Yay! And so if you notice, the tooltip also tells me that my fishing rod gives me +1 for fishing success, and it is indestructible.
Now,
So they have updated that tooltips.
that is very nice. I'm going to have to go play with mine here in a few minutes.
What, your fishing rod?
Yeah, my tools. Yeah, my tool.
Okay.
I'm going to
Your
go
tool?
play with my tool,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. Which tool did you get?
No, I didn't. I didn't use it.
Okay. So you're gonna give it back to
I
me?
just
Okay.
showing it to the good folks. I got a whole bunch in my bank.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. So that is now in game. Then the Royal Founder nameplate color. Nameplates for founders and Royal appear in a
That's
golden
right.
hue. So,
Our
so
nice
let's go ahead and check
Royal
check that out.
Archivist shows up in gold now, nice and
Okay,
pretty.
so one of the things that they did change is the difference between auto attack, enable and disable is the asterisk key, and the change to the what's it called?
I don't know what's it called.
Bringing up the titles is the key, the minus key on your keypad. So there is a difference now between those two. So auto attack is going to be the asterisk. Then after that, so if you look at Laz on my screen, you can see that Royal Archivist is in gold. But then, let's see, Royal Orbs and Scepters. These items are now equipable, but they do not have their functionality to reduce taxes and vendor rates. The Novia map app list, we have added the book that is placeable as a decoration and is also a container to put your mini maps in. This rewards also comes with all the current mini maps. So if you had a pledge that had the Novia Map Atlas, that should be in your bank, I think. Let's check to make sure it's not in my inventory. Yeah, that should be in my bank. The Immortality Fruit and Royal Purple Dye Elderberry, they now produce seeds for replanting when consumed. Then let's go back to this. Our new audio designer has been hard at work upgrading sounds across the game.
Leo,
So
the
he
sound
fixed-
guy.
Leo, the sound guy. So musical instruments can now sync again. The Tabor drums now use samples of drum sounds instead of just being pitch shifted flute sounds, I think. Creatures, the demon is the first ever creature to benefit from our house audio designer with 0 placeholder sounds. We also place the placeholder sounds with real sounds for the dragon. So the dragon is actually the dragon sound. The oracle watchers, both types, ravens and clockwork ravens and spiders have also been fixed. As far
Jack,
as the sound goes.
I hate
Audio
to tell you
polish
this.
was done. What?
We're just about out of time over here for today's show.
Oh, man.
I know,
man.
you sound like you're just getting warmed up, too. But we got tomorrow's show to share more of this with the folks out there. And, of course, I know you're probably going to be doing a couple other odd streams. We're going to be out there testing all this new stuff, building all our new sets, all that fun stuff over the next day or so.
Building sets. It means we need to go farming.
Yes, well, we got to do some of that to do a little bit of that. Amongst other things, we just got to get out there and play and see what everybody else is doing out in the world.
Yeah, and more than likely the events that are actually on the calendar for tonight, especially the PvP events, they are probably not even going to happen, and so I don't know whether or not anybody's going to engage in level 5 Gladiator Wars at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. That is zoning to Pestilence, and that's out in Finchfield. But more than likely, Kazan and Malakis are probably going to be doing their Phoenix Republic PvE nights, because tonight's really a great night for going out and doing some PvE and leveling up some.
Definitely.
Those are the real events on the calendar. Everything else is media events. Since we're out of time, I'm not going to spend all day talking about those.
Yes, it is release day, folks. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. Today's calendar, while it's pretty much the same old, it's probably going to be out the window for the most part. But go take a look for those events if you're interested in checking them out, especially the PvE event. And
so that's going to be with Kazan, Phoenix Fire, or Malakis. Tomorrow we do have the Fire Lotus release 26 party with I don't even know what town that's going to be at. It might be in hometown again. But there's going to be lots to be done. Justin and the other decorators do need to get out to hometown as soon as possible and start decorating things. And then after they're done with that, they need to go over to my houses and decorate those as well.
Correct. Now, meanwhile, we got to get out of here. So I'd like to, of course, say thanks to our sponsor, Relics by Rilt. Got those new mugs out there. I got a set coming. You can get the whole set for $45. Otherwise, they're $15 a piece. You do the math. Great looking set out there. And of course, all our other sponsors, Knick Knack, Soda Taming, Soda Craft. We got a whole bunch of folks that we'd like to mention, but we're out of time for today's show, folks. We do thank our regular listeners, our regular watchers, our regular sponsors. It is release day. It's a little crazy around here, and we do apologize for that. Jack, anything else to close with real quick?
I was going to say that I am going to be streaming a little bit later. I do have to run to the gym and work out, and if you looked at my stream, you got to see the badass shirt that some people have.
Uh-huh.
Very few people have right now.
That's right.
Yeah, I had to wear that today.
I bet you
but
did.
I do have to go do some physical exercise and try to work out.
Alrighty.
Then I will be back to streaming later this afternoon. And I'll be exploring and playing around. So hopefully, I just wanted to thank everybody for following Dark Swirl. And thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for everything. We couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you, everybody. And please stay tuned to NBNN for more. What is it that you say, Laz?
For more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, and anything else we can bring you here, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we're out of here for today. Enjoy the new release, folks. We'll see y'all tomorrow with more from Lunch with Laz and Jack. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
I love you, baby.
Love you, man.
Yep. And don't forget to stay tuned later for me streaming more Release 26. Yay.